Many of you ask me about cases that simply can't be explained, and today I'm sharing an impressive story sent in by a follower. At his request, I'm going to keep his identity private and just call him Jack. Here is what he wrote. They always ask me why I stopped. I spent years building a team. We had the gear, the cameras, the audio recorders. We worked with other groups, traveled to the so-called hotspots. Most of the time, it's nothing. Most of the time, it's a drafty window or old pipes settling, or just the human mind trying to find a pattern in the chaos. I became good at debunking, fast. I wanted answers. I wanted to help people understand that the monster in the closet was usually just a coat rack. But then, there are the other times. The times you can't debunk. The times when the silence talks back. I'm going to share 3 cases from my personal archives. I'm sharing them now because, well, maybe someone out there needs to hear this. But I'm keeping my name out of it. Let's just call me Jack. Because once you acknowledge these things, sometimes they acknowledge you back. And it all started in my own apartment. It started like any other Tuesday. No storm, no witching hour, just me watching TV and deciding I wanted a soda. I walked into the kitchen. My kitchen was small, tight. When you walk in, the table is straight ahead. To the right, the fridge. To the left, the sink, the stove, and a small supply closet. The distance between that closet and the stove was maybe 1.5 feet, 18 inches. I froze in the doorway. The closet door was closed, but something came out of it. A shadow man. I know what you're thinking. Sleep paralysis, hallucination. But I was standing up. I was wide awake, holding a can of soda. He was solid darkness, wearing a bowler hat, 1930s style, and a trench coat. I could see the outline of a large nose. He didn't look at me. He just walked that short distance from the closet and vanished the second he reached the stove. Just gone. I didn't sleep well that week. My girlfriend and I decided to test the room. We had an old analog tape recorder, the kind where you can hear the mechanism whirring. We set it up on the kitchen table, hit record, and left. We went next door to her grandmother's house so no human noise would contaminate the recording. Our cat stayed behind. This is important. He had a deformity, only 2 toes on 1 paw. When he walked across the linoleum floor, it made a very specific rhythm. Click, click, click. You couldn't mistake it. We came back 2 hours later. The tape had stopped at the end of the reel. We rewound it and turned the volume all the way up. For the first 20 minutes, nothing, just the hum of the fridge. Then we heard it. Click, click, click. The cat walking slowly. Then the tempo changed. The clicking got faster, scrambling, skidding, like something was chasing him around the kitchen. It went quiet again for about 30 minutes. Then we heard what sounded like someone touching the recorder, plastic shifting. And then we heard it, clear, loud, right into the microphone. Hey. I hit pause immediately. We just stared at each other. That wasn't radio interference. That wasn't a neighbor. That was something standing right where we had been sitting. I listened to that hey for 2 straight days trying to find a logical explanation. There wasn't one. A few months later, I was in bed drifting off to sleep. The room was completely dark, and right in my ear, a whisper, hey. That was the moment I knew I wasn't just observing something. Something was observing me. That experience pushed me to form a team. I wanted to professionalize what I was doing. We started working with another group and took on a case at an old performing arts center. Theaters hold energy, all that emotion night after night, soaking into the walls. We split up, 2 of us in the projection booth, 2 from the other team sitting in the auditorium. The team downstairs radioed up saying they saw a man sitting in one of the empty seats. Later, we found a portrait in the hallway of the old theater manager who had passed away years earlier. The current manager confirmed that the old manager used to sit in the exact chair where they saw the figure. Up in the projection booth, one of our team members started shivering. It was summer, but she said she felt freezing. She whispered into the recorder, "I'm so cold." When we reviewed the audio later, you hear her say it, and immediately after, a gravelly voice responds, "Horse shit." We asked the staff about it. They laughed. Apparently, the old manager hated when actors complained about the temperature. Horse shit was something he used to say all the time. Later that night, I went down to the stage alone and took several photos near the stage left door. I didn't see anything with my eyes, but when I reviewed the photos the next day, there it was, a figure dressed entirely in black by the door. And from the knees down, there was nothing, no legs, nothing blocking the view, just empty space where legs should have been. The saddest case was in Niagara Falls at a bed and breakfast known for paranormal activity. The story was that a little girl once lived there and would stand at the front window every day waiting for her father to come home. She died in that house. People said she never stopped waiting. We set up equipment inside, and while the others stayed in the house, I went outside at night to photograph that window. I took around 20 pictures. When I reviewed them, in 3 of the images, you can clearly see a little girl looking out the window. In the first photo, she's looking straight ahead. In the second, she turns her head slightly. In the third, you see the back of her head as if she's turning away. We showed the owners. They said it was clearer than the image they had on their website and asked if they could use it. We said yes. Over the years, I've investigated many so-called haunted locations and debunked most of them quickly. Sadly, due to health reasons, I had to step away from the team. But if you ever decide to investigate places reported to have paranormal activity, respect the location, especially if it's a cemetery. I've never understood why people go there. If you died, would you want to hang around where your body is buried 6 feet deep? Probably not. You'd go somewhere meaningful. Cemeteries are for the living. If you're going to do this, never go alone. Bring fresh batteries and extras. Take plenty of photos. Dress for the weather. Be respectful. I've lost count of how many investigations I've done, but those 3 experiences have always stood out the most.